ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 जय जय राम। जय जय राम। ॐ रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्राय नमः। ॐ अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातन्नमामि। ॐ श्रीहनुमते नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनं। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयसद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे। ॐ श्री तुलसीदासाय नमः। A mind that finds its deared object or being is always, joyful, delighted. And what to talk of Bhagavan Shivji finding Ramchandraji, who is his Ishtadevata, which will come here now. Bhagavan wanted to have the darshan of Ramchandraji, having heard about his katha from Yajnavalkyaji narrating the story to Bharadwaja Muni. Having heard that, he wanted to have darshan. We also have heard so many kathas, isn't it? Don't we know Rama Katha? We know. Don't we know Krishna Katha? We know. Don't we know Shivaji's Katha? Yes, we know. We enjoy that also to a certain extent, yes, accepted. We have devotion, yes. We have belief, not faith, remember. Still, we don't have that intense desire to know God, to see God and to just be with God. Why? We are busy trying to propitiate our fanciful desires. We are so busy, we don't have time for Bhagavan. Whereas, Bhagavan Shivji, he wanted to see Ramchandraji. And therefore, he was coming on the way, Shivaji and Satiji. Sati is nothing but Parvati. Of course, we know none other than Parvati ji. They were coming. Now, Bhagavan Shivaji sees Ramchandraji. Now look at this. The 50th Chaupai. शंभु समय ते ही राम ही देखा उपजाहि अति हर्षु विशेषा भरी लोचन छवि सिंधु निहारी कुसमय जानी न कीन्ही चिन्हारी जय सच्चिदानंद जग पावन अस कही चले वो मनोजन सावन चले जात शिव सती समेता पुनि पुनि पुलकत कृपा निकेता सती सोदसा शंभु कै देखी उर उपजा संदेहु विशेषी शंकरु जगत बंद्य जगदीसा सुर नर मुनि सब नावत सीसा तीन नृप सुत ही कीन्ह पर नामा कही सच्चिदानंद पर धामा भये मगन छबिता सुबिलोकी अजहु प्रीति उर रहती न रोखी ब्रह्म जो व्यापक नीरज अज अखल अनीह अभेद सो की देह धरि होई नर जाहि न जानत भेद सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। शंभु समय ते ही राम ही देखा भगवान शंभु शिवजी at that moment while he was coming along with Satiji saw Ramchandra ji. Upajahiya ati harshu visesha. Naturally, yesterday we saw the example. When we go to some place thinking of meeting somebody and the person comes right in front of you, won't we be delighted? Huh? To an ordinary person, normal, common human being, we can be so delighted. What to talk of Shivaji? Seeing Ramchandraji, for which he was waiting. Upaja hiya ati harashu. Ati harashu, extremely delighted. Bharilochana chhabi sindhu nihari. Seeing Ramchandraji, Lochana, the eyes. Chhabi sindhu, it was filled with ocean of water. Meaning what? The eyes welled. So much of joy. This is an experience. In fact, all of us must have definitely experienced this. Whenever something happens which delights us beyond our capacity to hold, naturally that delight expresses in the form of tears. It is not crying. Ananda Bhashpa, it is said. That tears, it pours out as tears. Because unable to control that joy. Bharilochana Chambi Sindhu Nihari. Kusamaya, he did not run. He wanted to go. He wanted to go and straight fall at the feet of Ramchandraji. But what happened? He waited. Kusamaya Jani. This is not the right time. His identity is known. Na kinhi chehari. He should not go at inappropriate time and then go and jump to conclusions. It might be something wrong. Sometimes certain things we do, totally changes the whole atmosphere. Therefore, we have to be very careful. Kusamaya, he realized that it may not be an appropriate time. Because why? He sees Ramchandraji going very seriously. So, not a right time to go and disturb him. But then, he could not hold himself. Jaya Satchidananda Jagapavan. He said, Jai, glory, Satchidananda, the one who is nothing but Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat, truth, Chit, consciousness, and Ananda, bliss. Satchidananda, Jagapavana, the one who protects the entire world, the redeemer of the entire universe, Jagapavana. Asakahi chalevu manojana savana. Shiva, manojana savana, the destroyer of Kama Deva, he took the name of Bhagavan Ramchandraji, Satchidananda, Jagapavana, maybe with so many other names. As a representation, Tulsi Das has given 2 names. Maybe he must have chanted lot many names of Bhagavan. Asakehi chalevu manojana savana. Chale jata siva sati sameta. Along with Satiji, Shivji continued his journey. He has to go back to Kailasha, isn't it? And then, Puni Puni Pulakata Kripani Keta. Now, look at this. When something which is very striking, very delightful happens in our life, our mind doesn't settle down so easily immediately. It lingers in that thought. Why even some food item which I love a lot, let us say, somebody comes and gives me that food item. Generally I tell one item, not that I really love or I don't love that item. It is an example. Please take it as an example. Don't conclude, oh Swamiji, like that. It's only an example. Let us suppose I love Rasgulla. And somebody comes and gives me 1 kg of Rasgulla. Not that I will eat all the 1 kg. But the moment Rasgulla comes and I take 1 Rasgulla, K.C. Das Rasgulla of Bengaluru, and then I keep it in my mouth, and it disappears inside. It melts inside with the Swamiji. Oh, okay, I'll come back. Now that Rasgulla, the taste of Rasgulla, what I love most, lingers in my mouth. And let us suppose there's somebody says, can I make coffee for you, Swamiji? I say, no, I don't want coffee. Why? The Rasagulla taste is lingering in my mouth. Let me enjoy that. Don't we say like that? Similarly, Puni Puni Pulakata, again and again he enjoys, revels in the thought of seeing his Bhagavan. And when you see Bhagavan himself, how joyful it would be. No other thought in Shivaji's mind. Satiji has to go along with him. Probably he might have forgotten that Sati is around. But then Tulsidas ji says, Sati so dasa sambuke dekhi ura upaja sandehu biseshi. Now see, Sati is Parvati ji. Parvati ji knows very well that Bhagavan Shivaji is the Lord of the universe. And we all know Shivaji, Bhagavan Vishnu, Brahmaji, all of them are Nitya Nirantara, Anadi Ananta Bhagavan. So, Parvati ji knows that Sambhu is who? He is the Supreme. When she saw Shivaji becoming so delighted, Ura Upaja, then suddenly a doubt came. Sandehu Biseshi. Sankaru, Bhagavan Shivaji, Jagata Bandhya Jagadisha, the whole universe worship Shivaji as what? Jagadisha, the Lord of the universe. Sura, Nara, Muni, Sab Navat Sisa. Everybody, the celestial beings, the human beings, everybody worships. Tina Nripasutahi. Tina Nripasutahi Kinha Paranama. Yet, in spite of the fact that Nara, Devata, everybody take Shivaji as the Jagadisha and they worship him, fall at his feet, pray for him, do puja, so many things. Yet, why is it that Nripasuta here is what? Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. We know as Bhagavan. Tina Nripasutahi Kinha Paranama. Why did Shivaji do pranams to a Nripasuta, a normal human prince? Kahi Sachidananda Parandhama. And then he said, he is Sachidananda, he is Parandhama, he is a supreme eternal being. Why did he say so? Bhaye Magana Chabi Tasu Biloki. And not only that, he was so overwhelmed beholding his great Bhagavan, his beauty. And his eyes also welled. Ajahu Preeti Ura Rahati Naroki. His joy, his love towards Ramchandraji was so overwhelming, it became uncontrollable joy. Satiji is watching. Uncontrollable even after so long. Ramchandraji has proceeded further. They have come to their path towards Kailasa. But still Shivaji is reveling. Tulsi Daji writes, Brahma jo vyapaka bhiraja. Who is that Brahma? Who is that Satchidananda Swarupa in the form of Ramchandraji according to Shivaji? Satiji has not yet understood that. Shivaji knows what? He is that Brahma. He is that eternal reality. He is that Satvastu. Yat trikaleshu tishtati trikala abhadita vastu. Iti satyam. That truth is Brahma, and that Brahma jo vyapaka. Vyapaka, the one who is all pervading. Viraja. No rajoguna. Vigata raja. No rajoguna. It indicates gunatitaha. Viraja is an indication which indicates gunatitaha. Aja. Aja means what? Unborn. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Bhagavad Gita says, na jayate na mriyate kadachit. Such Satchidananda, akala. Akala means what? The one who is formless. That's Satchidananda Swarupa. Aniha. Iha means desires. Aniha, desireless. Abheda, without any kind of differences. Such is Brahma. Soki deha dhari hoinara. Can he assume, can he take a form of a human being? Jahina janata beda. He is who is that person? Even the Vedas proclaim, declare what? Na janata. You cannot know him so easily. Veda. Na janata. Veda says you cannot comprehend so easily. You cannot understand so easily. Yato vacho nivartante apraapya manasa saha anandam brahmano vidvan. Anandam brahmana vidvan. The one who knows the Supreme alone can understand that Ananda. But vachaha nivartante. Words seldom explain. Aprapya manasasaha. Even mind cannot comprehend. How is it possible? How can a limited, very, very insignificant small mind comprehend that unlimited Bhagavan? Veda says that. And then Tulsi Dasi continues. Let's see. विष्णु जो सुरहित नर तनुधारी, सोवु सर्वज्ञ जथा त्रिपुरारी, खोजई सो की अज्ञ इव नारी, ज्ञान धाम श्रीपति असुरारी, शंभुगिरा पुनि मृषा न होई, शिव सर्वज्ञ ज्ञान सबु कोई, अस संशय मन भयउ अपारा, होई न हृदय प्रबोध प्रचारा, यद्यपि प्रगट न कहेउ भवानी, हर अंतर जामी सब जानी, सुनहि सती तव नारी सुभावु, संशय असन धरिय उर कावु, जासु कथा कुंभज ऋषि गाई, भगति जासु मैं मुनि सुनाई, सोई मम इष्ट देव रघुबीरा, सेवत जाहि सदा मुनि धीरा. We'll chapter this now. विष्णु जो सुरहित नर तनुधारी. Who is he? Vishnu. Vishnu means Bhagavan Vishnu. शंख चक्र गदा पद्म विष्णु भगवान, जो सुरहित, फॉर द सेक ऑफ द गुड, द वेलफेयर ऑफ सुरा, सुरहित, नर तनुधारी, who has taken the form, embodiment or embodied form of naratanu, body of a human being. तनुधारी, सो सर्वज्ञ यथा त्रिपुरारी. Who is he? Just as Tripurari, the slayer of the asura called Tripura, who is Shivji, Jata Sarvagya. He is also Sarvagnya of, like Tripurari. Khojai soki agya ivanari. Khojai. Khojai means searching, wandering, trying to find out. Searching here and there. Mind is distracted as though. Khojai. Soki agya iva nari. He is searching that nari. How? Like an ignorant person. An ignorant man. Human being. And who is he? Jnana Dhama Shripati Asurari. Jnana Dhama, the very abode of knowledge, the very ultimate destination of all knowledge. Jnana Dhama. What is that? That Brahma Tattva. Now see, in Jnanam, there are two types which I have very often referred to. One is called the objective knowledge. One is called the objective knowledge. The other one is called subjective knowledge. Objective knowledge is what all the schools and colleges give. Books and, internet gives. Objective knowledge. But the subjective knowledge is what? The knowledge of that Supreme, which the Vedas talk about, and that knowledge is Brahman. And Jnana Dhama, the very destination of that Jnana Dhama is that Brahma, who? Shripati. Shripati, Shrihi is Lakshmi Devi, her Pati, Bhagavan Vishnu, Asurari, the one who killed so many Asuras. That is Bhagavan Vishnu. Sambhugira Puni Mrishana Hoi. A very beautiful way of presenting. He says, the words of Shambhu, whom Sati herself knows that he is the Lord of universe, But Sati has no faith, as though in the very Shambhu's words, Sambhugira Puni Mrishana Hoi. She knows what? It cannot be false. Whatever Shambhu says, Bhagavan Shivji says, it cannot be wrong. She knows. Sab sarvagya jnana sab khoi. And everyone knows, not only Satiji, everyone knows, but he is all knowledge. He is all wise. He is the very knowledge itself. Everyone knows. Sab sarvagya jnana sab koi. But why is Shambhu prostrating, worshipping that human form? Prince, human prince. Asasamsaya mana bhayavu apara. In Satiji's mana, bhayavu apara. What? Samshaya. The doubt became very, 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 very strong in her mind. We always tell, Samshayatma vinashyati. Now see, Bharadwaja Muni also had doubt. But what did he do? He straight went to his Guru. Yajnavalkya, he went there. He waited until all the other Mahatmas, Santapura, all those people go. And then he went and straight away asked him. But she did not ask, but it was there in her inner mind. Asa samshaya mana bhayav apara. Hoina hridaya prabodha bichara. There was no way she could dispel this samshaya. It is very, very strange. Many of us, we have a doubt. We don't have that courage to ask the question, because what if somebody else think wrongly? What if somebody thinks I am funny? What somebody thinks I am such a buddhuman? Like that we go on accumulating thoughts after thoughts and then bury the doubts, not asking the doubt, and that doubt itself will kill our mind. It will kill us as though. Meaning what? It will bring so much of discomfort. Samshayatma vinishyati. You should ask. Hoina hridaya prabodha bichara. There is nothing which could pacify her, could clear her doubt. Jadyapi prakatana hoya kahev bhavani. This is the best part of it. Even though Jadyapi bhavani pragatana kahevu. Bhavani, Satiji, did not tell it loudly. Even though she did not spell it outwardly, word it outwardly. Hara antarjami. Shivaji is what? He is an antaryami. Sabjani. Very interesting. She knows Shivaji knows everything, but then she keeps it out. Doesn't want to reveal. But Hara, Shivaji, being antaryami, sabjani, he knows everything. So he says, Sunahi Sati. My dear Sati, listen. Now look at the statement. Be very careful in listening to this part. Otherwise, again people will declare something, judge something and come to a wrong conclusion. You have to understand certain words very carefully. Though it appears to be very simple, it is very complicated. Sometimes it complicates oneself and we also complicate others. So listen carefully. Sunahi Sati Tava Nari Subhavu. Your, what is it called in our modern language? Feminine psychology. These words when we use, people will get very wild. What do you think? Why? It directly pinches your ego. Nari Subhavu is a very strong word he has used. It directly pricks our ego, and suddenly people would, generally, wherever there is ego, when anything is told, immediately it will, erupt like a volcano. That is why we have to be very careful when we are provoked. Especially, we should understand whether that provoking can be justified. Meaning what? Have I got that lacunae in me? We never test ourselves with that. We only burst out. We shout at people. Shouting is nothing but an expression of our ego being provoked. But still we do. Not that I don't do. These are all the qualities. By reading these things, understand these things, we have to slowly change, transform our way of thinking so that we will be able to think better tomorrow. Okay. Sunahi Sita Tava Nari Subhavu, when it is said, this feminine psychology is normally starts with doubting. I am very clear. Starts with doubting. Then sometimes it creates a havoc. It becomes such a terrible condition, and finally they realize also, and then things go well. That's all later. But by and large, if Tulsi Das ji has to say, then there is some truth in it, isn't it? Now, just as here, when Shivaji says, it cannot be false, Satiji knows. Similarly, for you and me, when Tulsi Das ji says, there is something to be pondered over, not to get wild by pricking our ego, becoming, erupting out of our own ego. Please be very careful in such cases. We will see further how it evolves, we will see. Sunahi Sita Tava Nari Subhavu Samsaya Asa Na Dhariya Urakavu. You should never harbor samshaya. Should never bring samshaya. If you have a doubt, ask. Find out. Scrutinize. Analyze. That is very important. Doubts, everybody have got doubts. Even Bharadwaj Muni had doubt. Isn't it? So it doesn't mean Nari Subhavu, when it is said, doubting is only for Nari, not to... No. All of us have got doubts. Everybody. If celestial beings, when Bhagavan, the Devatas have got doubts, who are you and me? Isn't it? So doubting is very, very common. And most of us are definitely, what is it called? Doubting Thomas, they say. As a slang like that. As some word. So doubts come. But that ability to ask and clarify without jumping into conclusion is very important. That is what he says. Samsaya asana dhariya urakau. You have to clear. Don't harbor doubts. Jasu katha kumbhaja rishigai. Jasu katha, that story which was narrated by Kumbhaja Rishi, Agastya Rishi, which they have heard earlier, who, naturally Ramchandra ji, Bhagati Jasume Muni hi sunai. His katha, Ramchandra's katha, what I have heard, has brought in a lot of bhakti. I have so much of faith in Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Soi mama ishta deva Raghubira. Who is he? He is my ishta devata. He is my most beloved deity. All of us have got our own beloved deities, isn't it? I may be a great bhakta of Ramchandra ji and Hanuman ji. There will be so many people who are Shaivites, for example. For example, please. Their ishta devata is Shiva. And somebody may have ishta devata as, let us say, Hanuman ji. So there might be few people who are Devi upasakas. Therefore, each one have got our own ishta devata. And then here Shivaji himself says, Soi mama ishta deva. He is my ishta deva. Who? Raghubira. The great hero of Raghu dynasty. Sevata jahi sadamuni dhira. Muni dhiraha. Muni, sages, dhiraha, wise people, sada jahi sevata. Sada sarvada they worship him. Ramchandra ji. He is that Ishtadevata whom I am talking about. And then Satiji continues to have the doubt. Now in this particular Chanda, now again one Chanda is being introduced by Tulsi Dasi. See how beautifully the very true identity of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji now is beautifully revealed by Shivaji. The real identity of Bhagavan Ramchandra ji. What does he say? He says, Muni, this is Chanda, okay? So the tune changes, meter changes. Muni dhira jogi siddha santata bimala matna jehi dhyavahi कहिनेति निगम पुराण आगम जासु कीरति गावही सोई राम व्यापक ब्रह्म भुवन निकाय पति मायाधनी अवतरे वो अपने भगत हित निज तंत्र नितर कुलमणि. Very beautifully he says. We will now go, we will just give the basic meaning and go. There are further places where all these are explained. So, now I will not give much importance here. All these will be explained with lot of stutis. I had told about this in the beginning. Lot of stutis are there in the complete entire Ramayana, you will see. And there all these are explained. There we will go very elaborately. Muni dhira jogi siddha santata bimala mata jehi dhyavahi. Who is this Ramchandra ji? Dhyavahi. He is meditated upon. He is worshipped. Who? By whom? Muni, sages and saints. These sages, saints are all who? They are all dhira purushas. Muni, dhira. Dhira meaning very, very wise people, highly knowledgeable and very great people. Illumined saints, we may say, illumined sages, meaning what? To whom Bhagavan has revealed his identity. Because of their meditation. Dhira, jogi. Jogi means yogis. Siddha santata, the Siddha Purushas. All of them appear to be, the words are different, but have different expression. But actually, all of them are those who have got the identity right of the Supreme. Vimalamana, with their pure mind, they could know Bhagavan. Kahi neti nigama purana agama jasukirati gavahi. Jasukirati gavahi. What? His kirti is being sung. By what? Neti nigama. This is a very beautiful expression. Na iti nigama purana agama. Vedas. Vedas meaning what? Shruti. Then Puranas and Agama Shastra meaning what? Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa. All of them are included. Veda Purana, Nigamagama Shastra. All of them talk about this only. Jasukirati Gavahi. How? He gives a one very interesting thought he gives. Neti nigama. Neti nigama means na iti. When you say body, no, it is not body. When you say mind, no, it is not mind. When you say intellect, no. Sharira, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all of them are not that Supreme. Supreme is beyond. Etadannamayamatmanam Etam pranamayamaatmanam upasankramya, etam manomayamaatmanam upasankramya, etam vijnanamayamaatmanam upasankramya, etam anandamayamatmanam upasankramya, iman lokan kamanni kamarupyanu sancharan. Etat samagayan aste. Samagana says you have to cross over the sthula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktaha. Tadvastu is Rama. Iman lokan kamani kama rupa anusancharan, crossing over. That is that supreme. Neti nigama purana agama jasu kirati gavahi. Soyi Ramu Vyap. Oh, this is a different, correct. Soyi Ramu Vyapaka Brahma. Soyi Ramu, that very Rama, who is Vyapaka Brahma, that Brahman which is Vyapaka, all pervading. Bhuvana Nikaya. Bhuvana, this particular world, Nikaya, who is ever free. He is not bound by this Bhuvana, by this world. He is Bhuvana Nikaya. Pati Maya Dhani. Bhuvana Pati Nikaya Maya. He is the Lord of Maya also. Soyi Ramu Vyapaka Brahma Bhuvana Nikaya Pati Maya Dhani. Avatarevu apane. Avatarevu meaning he has taken a human birth. Avatara. Avatarita, it is said in Sanskrit. Avatarita means the one who has come down in this world taking the form. Otherwise he is what? Formless. Embodied himself. Avatarevu apane bhagata hita nija tantra nita Raghukulamani. Raghukulamani as Raghukulamani, the jewel of Raghukula, apane bhagata hita, for the good of his own devotees. But who is he? Nija Tantra. Nija Tantra, from his ultimate abode, he has come down with his own will, volunteered, and he has taken this Rama Janma, we may say so. And then one Sorata is also introduced to conclude this 51st verse. This is Sorta. Lagana ura upadesu jadapi kahevu saiva bara bahu bole vihasi mahesu hari maya balu jani jiya. He says, whatever upadesha we may give, however, Jadapi kahi Siva bar bahu, again and again Shivaji might have told, but he says, Hari Maya is such that whatever he tells only, whatever he thinks only will happen. Hari Maya balu jani jiya. Having known that Hari Maya. Now see here, when we say Hari Maya, Shivaji thinks there must be a Maya beyond the Maya that has engulfed Satiji. Is there, Shivaji is thinking, is there a greater Maya which has, Parvati ji herself is nothing but Maya. Now Parvati ji has been engulfed by the doubts. That means what? There must be a greater Maya. So Shivaji thinks. What does he think? Hari Maya. She, Lakshmi ji, Adi Shakti, her Maya is probably bigger. That Sati ji has been engulfed by that Maya. Now, in the next very beautifully, Shivaji deals. Shivaji deals with this, but he also feels bad. He also feels bad. Let us read. जौ तुमरे मन अति संदेहु, तौ किन जाई परीक्षा लेहु। तब लहि बैठ आहु वट छाही, जब लगी तुम ऐहु मोहि पाही। जैसे जाई मोह भ्रम भारी, करेहु सो जतनु विवेक विचारी। चली सती शिव आय सुपाई, करही विचारु करों का भाई। इहाँ शंभु असमन अनुमाना, दक्ष सुता कहूँ नहीं कल्याणा। मोरेहु कहे न संशय जाहि, विधि विपरीत बलाई नाही। होई ही सोई जो राम रचि राखा, को करी तर्क बढ़ावै साखा। हस कही लगे जपन हरि नामा, गई सती जह प्रभु सुख दामा। पुनि पुनि दय विचारु करी, धरि सीता कर रूप। आगे होई चली पंथ, आगे होई चली पंथ तेहि, जेहि आवत नर भूप सियावर। रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। शिवजी knowingly, well aware of course, we just now saw, he is antaryami, he knows everything. Knowingly, he puts Sati ji to that very drastic test. He allows her to exercise her will of finding, doubting Shivji himself, and knowing well that there is going to be a disaster. What is that? We will see tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.